Hello. So today is the opening ceremony of the Tokyo Olympics, which should have been last year. It's going to be this year, and it's going to be an empty stadium. And I just thought it might be interesting. I don't know if it'd be interesting, but we'll find out. If I was to share you the story, or share with you the story of how I managed to go to the opening ceremony of the 2012 Olympics when they were in London. And this is one of those stories where certain things happened in a certain way, and you could call it a coincidence, or you could say actually that was down to Michael just getting his finger out and going for it and deciding to do something and getting something into there and then taking the necessary massive actions. So it was the 6th of July 2005 when we discovered that Great Britain had won, well, not Great Britain, London as a city had won the opportunity to stage the Olympics. And I was in Ibiza, and we were with a whole bunch of friends, and we had gone to a supermarket to do a big shop because I think we were having a barbecue that night. And we were in the supermarket, and they were about to do the announcement, and everyone else was going out to the cars and loading up. And I was like, no, we've got to stay and watch the announcement. And they're like, oh, do you really? I said, yeah, it's really important. This is the Olympics. The Olympics, and we might win it. And they're like, well, we probably won't. Oh, no, but we've got to watch the announcement. So it was that day when they open up the envelope and they say the winner of the 2012 Olympics, remember this is July the 6th, 2005, is London. And everyone was like, yay, screaming and shouting. And in the supermarket, I was screaming and shouting, yes. Nobody else seemed to be bothered. And I went back to the villa where we were staying. As I said, it was 12 of us staying in this villa. It was great fun. It was fab. Went to this villa and started to plan how I was going to get to the opening ceremony of the Olympics, because I'd set a goal ages ago that I would go to an opening ceremony of Olympics, and there seemed to be no better one to go to than the London one. So the first thing I did was I wrote in my diary the date of the opening ceremony, which was the 27th of July. I'm doing this because I'm trying to remember. 27th of July, I think it was 27th of July, Friday, 27th of July, 2012. And I wrote in that day, opening ceremony, London Olympics, I will be there. I remember writing those words, I will be there. And I wrote it in my electronic diary, and I scheduled out the whole of the day before and the whole of the day of the event and the whole of the day after, because I knew that I was going to be there. Then, of course, everything goes quiet for a while. And I put my name on the list, and I, made sure I applied for tickets, and I did all that type of stuff, absolutely convinced that I was going to get my tickets for the opening ceremony of the 2012 Olympics. And I didn't. And the reason why I didn't was because millions of people were trying to get a hold of tickets for the opening ceremony of the 2012 Olympics. And I just wasn't lucky enough. And I got my message saying, I'm really sorry that you were unsuccessful this time. There are other events available. You can go and watch archery somewhere or do whatever. Sorry about that. So I was like, right, okay, fine. I'll find a way. There's always a way. So I put it out to the network of contacts of people who have. Anybody know where you can get opening ceremony tickets? So it's like hen's teeth, Michael. No, you can't. I tried hotelier friends. I tried people who I knew in sport. Nobody could help me. One person said, yeah, we can do a corporate deal for you, and you'll actually get a meal as well. I was like, oh, great. How much are they? And they were £3,900 each. And so that would have been close to £8,000 for Christy and I to go. I thought, I want to go, but maybe not that much. So I'm looking at this goal and I'm thinking there's always a way, there's always a way. So I started to look deeper and deeper and deeper. And I started to ask different questions on the internet, and I started to ask different questions of myself. And I thought, if there was a way, what would it be? And if I could find a way, what would it be? And would I go down on the day and just try and sneak in? And could I pretend to be a security guard and get it? I thought, it's going to be really tight for doing that. There's no way at all I'll be able to do that type of thing. I'll just have to get legitimate tickets somehow. And then about 6 weeks beforehand, I got an email came through, and it said, hi, we have just finished doing the final positioning for cameras in the Olympic Stadium, and there will be some additional tickets released for all events that are going to take place in the Olympic Stadium. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Just a quiet little email. Nothing really said about it. They go on sale tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. I was like, oh, this is great. So I had a little look, and sure enough, there was going to be a selection of tickets made available for every event, including the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony. It's like, this is absolutely brilliant. All I've got to do is make sure that I'm online at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Nobody else knows about this just as well, because at that time where we lived, the internet was like almost dial-up speed, that sort of all that. It wasn't much faster than that. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to be there. I'll be there. I'll be ready. And I thought, actually, I need to make sure I'm definitely going to get these tickets. So practice buying tickets. So I practiced the process. I created muscle memory of how to buy tickets for Olympic events. I didn't want to be the person sat there messing around at the last minute, trying to, where do you put your credit card number in and all that type of stuff. And then I realized there's certain things that I wanted to cut and paste. And the thing I took the longest to type in was my credit card number. And so I had that as a cut and paste. I had my address all ready to go. I got right to the point of hitting buy for these other tickets, and then wouldn't buy them. I thought it's okay, because tomorrow morning, nobody knows about this. Next morning, I woke up, I listened to the news, 7 a.m. news, and it went like this. Headline story: the Olympic Committee has decided to release additional tickets for all events taking place in this stadium. They'll be on a first come, first served basis, going on sale at 11 a.m. this morning. After that, it was everywhere. It was in all the newspapers, it was online, it was on the television, it was on the radio. And people saying to me, Michael, have you seen this? I thought, yeah, of course I've seen it. I was trying to keep it on the low key. I was trying to keep it down, but it doesn't matter. I'm still going to get my tickets. And I sat and I had my screens ready and I had my computer ready, had everything going. I had world clock counting down because I knew that it wouldn't go on sale until exactly 11 o'clock. I knew how long it would take for my page to refresh. So I knew if I pressed it exactly at 11, I wouldn't get a refresh page until 5 seconds passed. I knew if I pressed it before 5 seconds to 11, the refresh page wouldn't come up and I'd have to do it again. So literally at 57 seconds coming up to the hour, I hit refresh, came around, boom. I knew the code for the event, because that was another clever thing I did. I worked out what the code was going to be. So I'd go straight to the code. I clicked. I put in all my details. The ticket price I went for, I didn't go for the cheapest tickets. I didn't go for the most expensive tickets. I went for quite expensive tickets, for about 700 quid, which was mid-range. But I went for those tickets and I did all the stuff. And then I hit return and then I watched that little wheel spin round and round and round and round. And then it just came up and it said, you have 2 tickets for event number. Boom. Couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, I think that's it. I think I've done it. And I remember running downstairs to tell Christine, because I was so excited. I mean, I was absolutely bursting with excitement. And I ran downstairs and I thought she was in the kitchen, and I opened the door and I went, and our housekeeper, Laura, was there, who was in doing a bit of cleaning or ironing or something. And I was then, do you want Christine? She said, I think she might be outside. I was like, oh, okay. So I went running out and I said, Christine, you'll not believe it. And she goes, don't tell me you got tickets. I was like, I've managed to get 2 tickets. I was absolutely buzzing. The other thing I did was I videoed the whole process. So I had a video camera set up, and one day I will show you the video, because if you could ever see so much joy in a person's face as when I got those tickets. Now, the classic thing would be you go to the event and it isn't as good as you think it's going to be. Let me tell you, the opening ceremony of the 2012 Olympics was the best moment of my life. And I apologize if my wife's watching this or if the kids are watching this or whatever, but it was just unbelievable. Everything was perfect. Everything just worked really well. We went down the train. We had a fantastic lunch at the Montague in the Gardens Hotel. We made our way over to the Olympic Village. We had a good look around there. The atmosphere was incredible. Our seats were just phenomenal seats. Well, you would hope so. And we sat there, and we were right next to where Muhammad Ali came out. So Muhammad Ali came out of this, and I think when you think about it, of course the seats were going to be good because it was where they were going to have cameras, I think. So that kind of would have been meant to be a good place. Muhammad Ali came out. It was like literally 5 meters from where we were. It was the most amazing, brilliant event ever. And then at the end, we wanted to make sure we got back to King's Cross. We were getting like a late night train. I think the train was running from 11:30. Of course, the thing had ran over, so we were running out really, really quickly. Where the last of the fireworks were going off, jumped onto the Javelin train. They had this Javelin train that went straight from there to King's Cross. Hopped off there, got on the train, and they went, ladies and gentlemen, because the Olympic ceremony was delayed a little bit tonight, this train is also going to be delayed by another hour. So we sat on the train and just reflected on the most perfect day. So that was it. That was how I managed to get tickets for the opening ceremony of the 2012 Olympics. I'll be watching this afternoon. I'll be watching Japan, and just, fingers crossed that everything goes well for them. I love the Olympics. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I love the whole idea of that human endeavor and just doing the right thing and being and putting it out there. And I hope you have a brilliant day as well. This weekend, I'm doing something called an accelerator weekend, which is, oh, look at this. This is my daughter, Sarah. I'm just doing a live and I'm talking about you. All right. I'll see you later, Peach. Love you. Bye. That was weird. Anyway, this weekend I'm doing Accelerator Weekend, and I'm going to have about 120 people who are all writing, and they're all going to have a weekend of writing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to get so much stuff over the line. So if you're joining me for that, I will see you at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. All right. Thanks very much, everybody. Have a brilliant, brilliant weekend. Be safe. Bye.